Good morning, Pauoa. Today is Monday, October 23rd, 2017.
Hey, Ziyu.
What is it? Is it your famous joke of the day?
Yep. What do you call a queen's father?
I don't know, Michaela. What do you call a queen's father?
An old king.
So funny. Next up are the news stories.
An Ohio man took inspiration from a galaxy far, far away. From his yard for latest Halloween decoration, a two-star AT-AT walker from the Star Wars films. Nick Meyer of Parma said he started working on his front yard AT-AT, also known as the all-terrain armored transport first in the 1980s, The Empire Strikes Back. In April, it was a weekend project. Meyer said, "We would tinker with it on the weekends."
October is Pumpkin Month in the U.S. For most people, this means devouring the various pumpkin-filled treats or visiting pumpkin patches to pick out the perfect gourd to carve for Halloween. However, for some, it means the chance to showcase the giant produce at pumpkin weigh-offs. Though there are numerous such contests held across the country, the Super Bowl takes place annually at Half Moon Bay, California, also known as the World Pumpkin Capital. The contest, which recently celebrated its 44th year, has always been extremely popular with master pumpkin growers. However, since 2015, it has become even more so because contestants now have potential to take home as much as $30,000 in prize money.
When astronauts one day step foot on the red planet for long-term exploratory missions, they'll be up against an invisible adversary, space radiation. While much is known about the consequences of radiation here on Earth, the conditions beyond our home planet create a different set of challenges. So relying on the same protective methods could ultimately make exposure worse.
A state of emergency was declared in California last week after more than a dozen wildfires broke out in the state. Most of the fires began on October 8th in Northern California. They grew rapidly, fueled by winds up to 50 miles per hour and dry conditions in the region. At least 20 people have been killed and about 200 injured. State authorities say at least 3,500 homes and businesses have been destroyed, and about 50,000 people have been forced to evacuate.
Next up is the principal's report.
Good morning, Pauoa Elementary. Welcome back to another week. We are on Parent-Teacher Conference Week, so we are ending school a little bit earlier, 1 hour earlier. Ends at 1:15. Tomorrow, Tuesday, October 24, is our pumpkin carving Ohana Night activity, so I hope to see you all there with your beautiful pumpkins. It starts at 5 p.m. There are some kids' activities in the library. And then your pumpkin carving activity will be in the cafeteria. So hope to see you all there. Turn in your slips to tell us how many parents and children will be there at our activity tomorrow night. We are at the start of the second quarter. So what are your goals? How are you going to meet your goals? How are you going to meet your targets? Hopefully this quarter we'll see an increase in the usage of iReady. Also in your studies with Wonders and Stepping Stones. Continue to do your homework. And most of all, you need to be here every day. I was very pleased to see how many students had perfect attendance. So continue that, and we'll see how many will survive the second quarter with a perfect attendance. Continue to work hard, continue to reach your goals, continue to believe to achieve, stand up, be heard, let's excel now. Have a great week. Aloha.
Thank you, Ms. Arakaki. Next up is the kindergartner with the weather report.
Today is Monday, October 23rd, 2017. The weather is partly cloudy. The temperature is 81 degrees Fahrenheit.
Thank you, kindergartner. Next up is our Pauoa Super Citizen School Tips.
We're all learning to identify our own and others' feelings. We can focus our attention on someone's face or body and on the situation for clues about how the person is feeling.
Sometimes people's voices and the words they say also give us clues. If someone is yelling, it might be that the person is angry. If a person is using a very quiet voice, it might be that the person is scared or worried.
School tip. These 2 weeks, watch people's faces and body to see if you can determine how someone else is feeling. Listen to how people use their voice to give you clues to figure out how they might be feeling. Now for announcements and reminders.
Pumpkin Carving Parent Night starts tomorrow.
Parent-teacher conferences starts today. Here is Mrs. Ladinas with an announcement.
Good morning, kids. This is just an announcement for the flu shot. These forms went home and need to come back if you want to get your flu shot. Need to have this filled out. So make sure this went home and your parents fill it out. I only need the green copy. This one right here. So make sure it's filled out completely, signed, all fields are filled in, and bring it back to me. This is due on the 25th of this month, okay? Flu shot, so we can stay healthy and don't get sick. And the other thing is, if you are going to do an absentee or makeup for picture taking, need to have one of these forms. And your teacher will give it to you. So teachers, please make sure you give me the list of names by the 27th so I can give you this form and the students will bring it with them. If you ordered and you want to do a retake, need to bring back your packet that you ordered, okay? But again, don't forget the 27th for this one and the 25th for the flu shot. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you for that announcement, Mrs. Dazinas. Now let's go to first grade student for the lunch menu.
Today's lunch is fish wedges, steamed rice, baked beans, rainbow salad, fruit slushy.
That's so yum. That's all for this week. Bye.